you can't change your future, but you can change your habits, and surely your habits will change your future. So, come on, children, let us develop the habit of study, and this habit will make our future bright. Good morning, dear children. So, today we are going to start with the new chapter of grammar. So, the new chapter of grammar, that is the 10th chapter of grammar, that is verbs. So, before we start the chapter, we should know what is verbs. So, verbs are sometimes called doing words or action words. So, they are words that express an action, events, or state of being. So here action means actions, just like you can say action just like jump, walk, sing. So all these are known as action words. And events can be like happen, rained, occur, etc. So all these are known as the events. Now the third one is state of being. So here it can be is, exist, and was. So all these are known as the state of being. Okay? So, now we know the definition of verbs. A word used to describe an action, state or occurrence and forming the main part of the predicate of a sentence is called verb. So, there are mainly two types of verbs. First is main verb and the second is auxiliary verb. So, first of all, let's understand what is main verb and what is auxiliary verb. So, let's find out what is the difference between main verb and the auxiliary verb. Main verbs and auxiliary verbs. So, the first difference between main verb and auxiliary verb is main verbs are very large in number. Okay? And whereas auxiliary verbs are a small group. So main verbs are very large in number. For example, we can take the example here like eat, study, talk, etc. So all these are the main verbs. Okay? And whereas, as I told you, auxiliary verbs are a small group. So, examples, for example, do, be. So, here be means is, am, are, was, were. These all comes under the category of be. Okay? Do, be, will, have, etc. So, this is the first difference, that main verbs are very large in number, whereas auxiliary verbs are a small group. Now, the second difference is given here. Main verbs can occur independently or in combination with auxiliary verbs. That means it is not that main verbs, they do not require auxiliary verbs to give its complete sense, give the complete meaning of the sentence. And it can also occur with the auxiliary verbs. So we can take the example here. I am saying Neha bought a candle stand. Neha bought a candle stand. So here in this sentence we can see bought is the main verb, and here we used bought without using any auxiliary verb, and here bought occur independently in this sentence, and even though it occurred independently, then also it is giving the complete sense, complete full meaning of the sentence. Okay, and here it is, Neha bought a candle stand. Here we have not used any auxiliary verb. So let's see what is given in auxiliary verb. Here it is given, auxiliary verbs cannot stand independently and always occur in combination with main verbs. So we can never use auxiliary verbs independently. Okay, one exception is there. After that, we'll read about that exception. So first let us complete this. So auxiliary verbs cannot stand independently. So let's take the same example here. We have written here, Neha bought a candle stand. Now I am writing here, Neha will buy a candle stand. Buy a candle stand. So here we can see that will is the auxiliary verb. Okay, here we have used will along with the main verb. So without main verb, if we simply write will, then there will be no meaning of the sentence. Sentence will be meaningless. So it is clear from here that the auxiliary verbs, they cannot stand independently and always occur in combination with main verb. Whereas the main verb, they can occur independently just like we have used here, or in combination with the auxiliary verbs just like given here in combination with the auxiliary verb. So as I told you that one exception is there. So let's talk about that exception. So the exception is the verbs be, do and have. As we considered these verbs as the auxiliary verbs, so now the verbs be, do and have can act both main verb and auxiliary verb. So this is the exception, that these three verbs be means is, am, are, was, were, all these comes under be. So be, do and have, they can act both main verb and auxiliary verb. So let's take the examples here. So here I have mentioned all the three words be, do, have. So first of all, as main verb. So as main verb we can see that here I have written I am Shobha. I am Shobha. So here am is used as the main verb of the sentence and has written here without using any other verb. Okay, and giving the complete sense of the sentence. Whereas here in this sentence I have written I am painting the wall. So here am is used along with the main verb, and here am is used as an auxiliary verb. So the second example here is please do the cleaning. So here the auxiliary verb, here the verb do is used as the main verb. Okay, it is used as the main verb and giving the complete sense of the sentence. And here in this case, I do not like cricket. So here we have used the verb, here the verb do as the auxiliary verb along with the main verb like. Next is the third example. I had a cup of coffee a while ago. Here had is used as the main verb of the sentence and giving the complete sense. Here in this sentence, I have written a short story. So here we can see that have written is used, here have is used as the auxiliary verb and it is used with the main verb written. Okay, so now I think it is clear to everybody that the verb be, do, have, they can be used both as the main verb and the auxiliary verbs. So this is enough for today. So today we have discussed about discuss the meaning of verb, the definition of verb I have given, and after that I told you about two main types of verbs, that is main verb and the auxiliary verb. After that we discussed the difference between the main verb and the auxiliary verb. So till there we have already completed, and from tomorrow we will start about the main verb. Till then, thank you and have a nice day ahead.